So I think there's a lot of things you can do to improve the Game Awards, but most of it comes down to the award categories that are part of each show. And the first thing that you could do to improve the Game Awards is cut everything related to esports. I think if esports truly mattered, they would stand on their own and maybe even have their own award show, kind of like the ESPYs, but for esports. But I think esports is just such a tag along when it comes to the rest of the game industry that they are shoehorned into the Game Awards and made to feel like they actually matter. I think multiplayer gaming matters, but esports doesn't, if that makes any sense. I would maybe also extend that same category cutting to something like content creator. But honestly, I feel like Content Creator of the Year award is just as silly as the idea of the Oscars giving Roger Ebert an award for Best Critic of the Year back when he was still alive. I think the awards that the Game Awards present are at their best when they focus more on the games and the people that made them, not the people that play them. And while on the topic of cutting categories, I would also cut Best Video Game Adaptation. The Game Awards should be celebrating video games, not movies and TV shows. Save that shit for the Golden Globe Awards. And this is perhaps the most controversial take that I have, but I would say get rid of Most Anticipated Game of the Year as well. Now, ultimately, this flies in the face of what the Game Awards truly is. The Game Awards is a marketing and advertising machine first, and a celebration of the best games of the year second, and do not get that order twisted. The Game Awards would simply cease to celebrate the best games of the year if it couldn't shove ads into every single category and in between every award given. What is the Game Awards but just Summer Games Fest, but with more speeches and more rounds of applause? And I think hyping up the best game yet to be released just sets everybody up for failure. What happens if that game comes out and sucks? What does it mean to have the hypest unreleased game? And look, I'll admit, I'm not even the biggest fan of the Game Awards. I'm just someone who pays attention to it because of the content that I create about video games. But if you started to trim a lot of the fat around the Game Awards, I actually think it would be a much better show. And I think getting rid of some of these unnecessary award categories is a great start.